Uninformed immigrants are at a huge disadvantage in court, in financial and legal matters, and also sometimes in life. Well, what can we do about it? I'll tell you what. We can train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to maximize their lives regardless of their immigration status. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. I am your immigration lawyer and host, Otis Landerholm, and this is the Empowered Immigrant Podcast. Today our theme is, can I get a U visa if I used to be in a gang? Here's the scenario. A mother comes into my office. She's in tears. Her son is detained by immigration, and they're going to deport him. Okay, that's the scenario. She comes in with a police report in her hand because she's done her homework and she knows roughly what the options are for immigrants who are undocumented to apply for some kind of a legal benefit. So she comes in with a police report in hand showing, proving, establishing that her son had been the victim of a crime. He had been stabbed in a fight. All right? He'd been the victim of a stabbing. That's pretty crazy, right? And as he was the victim, he gave a police report. He cooperated with the police in the investigation and the prosecution of that crime that he was the victim of. All right? But he also has arrests and convictions for assault and for robbery with gang enhancements. All right? And in some of his conviction records, after reviewing them, right, it says that he used to be an active member in the Norteño Street Gang. All right? So the mother is in our office. This is the situation of her son. It's like, lawyer, what's your advice? Could he get a U visa? All right? And, great question. Great question. All right? And these are tough. These are tough questions. And remember the basics, for those who aren't aware of the basics. The U visa is for people who were the victims of certain qualifying crimes. All right? So among the qualifying crimes for a U visa is one that's called felonious assault. And it's very arguable, and in this case, the police report showed it. A stabbing is an assault with a weapon. It could also qualify as attempted murder if it was charged like that. But here it was charged as assault with a deadly weapon. And so because of that, it is a qualifying crime for the U visa. And in this case, on his police report, it was marked as a felony. So that's like a felonious assault, all right? And then as long as he was helpful in the investigation and the prosecution of the crime, which he was in this instance, right? It's like, yeah, he meets those basic requirements for a U visa. But wait, he also has a criminal record. Well, also, the U visa comes with waivers. All right, they're not automatic, they're not easy, they're not straightforward, but it has the power to waive almost any inadmissibility in the books, right? In somebody's in almost when I say in the books, it's like in the Immigration Nationality Act. There's lots of different things that can make a person inadmissible. And the only inadmissibility that the U visa cannot waive is quote-unquote Nazi genocide. All right? And so the U visa it's potentially powerful in terms of its ability to waive things. It can waive fraud. It can waive deportations. It can waive false claims to U.S. citizenship. It can waive crimes. It doesn't automatically do it. It's not easy to get USCIS to use the U visa to waive those certain crimes, but in certain instances, it can. Okay? And so what's the problem? here's the problem, all right? The problem is that USCIS has a rule. Maybe I should say it seems to have a rule. Perhaps it is an unspoken, unpublished rule, all right? And it goes something like this. It goes something like this. Where the person partially caused their own victimization, where a person, I'll say it again, where the person partially caused their own victimization in some way, they can't benefit from it. All right? And so if a person was the victim of gang violence and they themselves participated in gang activity, in my experience, USCIS will not grant that U visa. Okay? And that's what I wanted to explain today. That's what I wanted to explain. But we got to look at it. And to the mother who's in my office and her son is about to be deported, it doesn't mean you can't try a U visa. You can try it. Filing the U visa sometimes can be argued in immigration court as one of the, I mean, you can't, how can I say this again? You can't submit the U visa to the court. The U visa is submitted to USCIS. It's USCIS's determination only as to whether or not that U visa will be approved. But you can explain to a judge that USCIS has a U visa pending for your client, and therefore please don't deport him, judge, until they make a decision about it. All right? The judge can decide one way or another about that. And the judge can deport a person and say, hey, you know, wait in Mexico, wait in your home country until that U visa is adjudicated, and once it's approved, you know, you could get a visa then and come back in. All right? So, conclusion, can I get a U visa if I used to be in a gang? The short answer is no. The short answer is no. And I'll say it like 90% of the time, no. All right? But it's a complicated analysis. If you were the victim of something completely different that had nothing to do with the gang activity, then the answer there was maybe. Right? So we've got to really look at it. And if you or your family or someone you know was the victim of a crime, needs help navigating the U visa process, I mean, really speak to an immigration lawyer that knows this stuff. We'd love, like in my firm, we do U visas all the time. We would love to help you navigate through the U visa process. Okay? Or see what other options there are. You know, and there are other options if someone's in immigration court. You know, and when someone's in immigration court, in our firm at least, we'll try every single option that's available and argue them all. And then, you know, if there's if some of them work, great. If some of them, if all of them get denied, then a person gets deported. But you want to try everything, and you want to work with a law firm that's going to try everything to maximize your chances of winning that case. And that's what we're all about. Okay? So that's my theme for today. So thanks so much, everyone. My name is Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And we'll see you next time on the Empowered Immigrant Live. All right, thanks, everyone.